North Carolina, 1949. A 12-year-old loads moonshine into a modified Chrysler 300D and points it down a dirt road without headlights. He names the car Traveler, after Robert E. Lee's horse. By his 20s, he's run over 2 million gallons across 3 states at speeds the law couldn't match. His name is Jerry Rushing. He never got a credit. He barely got a check. But without him, none of this exists. Here are 15 facts about the show his life accidentally built, starting at 15. Fact 15. 9 episodes. Filler. Nobody expected anything. CBS ordered 9 episodes, a stopgap while The Incredible Hulk was on hiatus. Chairman William Paley called the concept lousy. The producers themselves predicted the show wouldn't survive the first commercial break. Then Warner Bros. Watched the rough cuts over Christmas and quietly ordered a full series. The cast came back from the holidays expecting to finish a throwaway run. They came back to a show that would run 7 seasons. Nobody had planned any of it. Fact 14. Bo and Luke met in a bathroom. Once Schneider was cast, Wopat arrived for his screen test and walked into the men's room. Under the stall door, a pair of boots and a guitar case. He struck up a conversation through the partition. The man on the other side was John Schneider. They spent the week in Wopat's hotel room, trading stories, playing songs. When they performed their scene together, the chemistry was immediate. Wopat got the role on the spot. A friendship that has lasted over 40 years started through a bathroom stall door. Fact 13. The $300 horn that wasn't even in the car. During the first days of filming in Georgia, 2 producers heard a passing car play 12 notes of Dixie. They chased the driver down, bought the horn for $300. They later found it was a standard catalog item, available everywhere for a fraction of that. But here's the detail nobody mentioned. After production moved to California, the real horn stayed in Georgia. From season 2 onward, every time the General Lee sounded that famous call, it was added in post-production. The most recognizable sound in the show's history didn't exist in the actual car. Fact 12. The millionaire playing the poor man. Denver Pyle played Uncle Jesse, folksy, broke, teaching Bo and Luke to respect every dollar. Off-screen, Pyle had been buying abandoned Texas oil wells at $2.15 a barrel. The 1973 oil crisis hit. By 1981, he'd made more from oil speculation than from 3 decades of acting combined. His reasoning: acting provides the cash flow I need for oil speculation. And besides, it's fun. The man teaching the Duke boys to live humbly was sitting on a fortune most Hollywood stars could only dream about. Fact 11. Georgia lasted 5 episodes. The first 5 episodes were filmed on real Georgia roads, real southern landscape. Then Warner moved everything to Burbank, California, the Boar's Nest, a set, the Rolling Hills, Agura Hills, the Duke Farm, Golden Oak Ranch.
I got you now, Jesse Duke.
That's right, Loomis. Arrest that ridge runner.
Until the stunt cars destroyed the landscaping and they were asked to leave. For the final seasons, Warner bought their own land in Valencia so they could crash things without answering to anyone. 147 episodes, 5 of them filmed in Georgia. Fact 10. The dog who was 3 days from death. James Best suggested Roscoe should have a dog. Producers imagined a police dog, trained, obedient. Best said no, the dog had to be lazy. It could never actually help Boss Hogg catch anyone. Sandy, the basset hound who got the role, had been rescued from a shelter days before she was scheduled to be put down. Best bought a stake in her, brought her to set, and she became Flash. For dangerous scenes, a stuffed replica named Flush stood in. Sandy lived to age 14. Best made sure she was cared for when the show ended. The character who refused to help the villain was rescued from dying 3 days before she got the job. Fact 9. 1 jump, 1 car, done. Stunt coordinator Paul Baxley. Once a car has jumped, it's finished. We don't even drive it again. 500 to 1,000 pounds of ballast per jump to keep the nose down. At least 1 car destroyed per episode. By the later seasons, producers left notes on Charger windshields in parking lots. When they couldn't find real ones, AMC ambassadors were painted orange and filmed from careful angles. When even that failed, miniature radio-controlled models.
Join the National Guard? Hush! Don't you go smart-mouthing on the law.
Tom Wopat hated them, said they looked fake. He was right. The show that made the Dodge Charger famous destroyed the Dodge Charger supply. Fact 8. 3 Rebels, Hazzard County produced. James Best refused to film 5 episodes because he had no private dressing room. The crew hosed him down when he got dirty. Ben Jones walked out briefly because he wanted Cooter to grow a beard. But Jones didn't stop there. He ran for Congress, elected as a representative from Georgia. He lost his seat to Newt Gingrich. One walked off over a dressing room, one over a beard, one walked into the House of Representatives. The first half of this story built a television legend. The next half shows what that legend cost, and who never got the credit. Fact 7. Boss Hogg's secret weapon. Everyone knew Sorrel Book was hiding something. Yale degree, Korean War counterintelligence, 6 languages. But the specific moment, guest star Andrew Robinson arrived on set. Robinson also spoke Japanese. Book and Robinson played their entire scene in Japanese, in character, completely fluent, while James Best stood there as Roscoe, with no idea what was being said. Best stayed in character. Later, Schneider described it on the DVD commentary.
I want those slot machines. Now we got him! We got him!
James was so confused, he had absolutely no idea. The man playing the dumbest character on television had just outperformed everyone in a language nobody expected. Fact 6. The voice that sounded fine for 7 years. Waylon Jennings narrated every episode. Warm, steady, completely in control. What viewers didn't hear, severe addiction, running through most of the show's run. He showed up, delivered every line in that same easy drawl. Went home to fight a battle the audience never saw. He got clean in spring 1984. Months later, he appeared on screen for the first time, sober, in an episode called Welcome Waylon Jennings. Crew members said later they hadn't grasped what he was carrying. He never let it show. Fact 5. The flag on the roof. For 26 years, the Confederate flag on the General Lee's roof was part of the set dressing, unremarked. June 2015, Charleston, 9 people killed at a church. Within days, TV Land pulled all reruns. Warner stopped licensing every product featuring the flag. Ben Jones refused to remove flag merchandise from his stores. John Schneider said the car was innocent.
Uncle Jesse's carrying real shine of Black Tilly.
You sure about that?
Tom Wopat said it was right to address the past, but the car was innocent. 3 men, same show, same roof. The symbol that ran 147 episodes meant something different to everyone watching. Fact 4. Shot in an hour. 5 million copies. Warner Bros. Wanted a glamour shoot. Bikini, oiled skin, professional photographer. Bach said no. She grabbed her own shorts, picked some daisies, shot the whole thing with a friend's camera in under an hour. That poster sold 5 million copies. One of the defining images of the 1980s, shot for $0. By an actress her own talent agency had dropped for being, in their exact words, not television material. Fact 3. The censors who made fashion history. Catherine Bach's original Daisy Duke costume, poodle skirt, go-go boots, blonde wig. The creator was obsessed with Dolly Parton. Bach refused, designed her own look, and producers loved it. CBS stepped in. The shorts were too revealing.
Daisy, look, we understand how you feel.
No, you don't, or you wouldn't be leaving.
Their fix, pantyhose underneath. It backfired completely. The sheer nylon made her legs more eye-catching, not less. Daisy Dukes entered the fashion dictionary and never left. Born from a censorship attempt that achieved the exact opposite of its intention. Fact 2. $175,000 in 32 years Warner Brothers. Annual report, 1981. Dukes of Hazzard merchandise. $190 million in retail sales. 1 year. James Best played Roscoe in 142 of 147 episodes. His face appeared on lunchboxes, towels, trash cans, shoes, bikes, coloring books. In 32 years, he received $175,000 in royalties. At age 85, he filed a federal lawsuit. The judge trimmed most claims. 2 survived. Warner declined to comment. The show's most bumbling character had the most legitimate grievance. Fact 1. Without him, none of this exists. Jerry Rushing sued G.Y. Waldron and Warner Brothers after discovering his life story had become a franchise. He received an undisclosed settlement. He was given 1 guest appearance, a crooked, used car dealer named Ace Parker. He assumed it would become recurring. It was the only scene he ever had. The show ran 147 episodes, spawned 4 films, an animated series, and $190 million in merchandise in a single year. Jerry Rushing, the real moonshiner from North Carolina, whose car was named Traveler, whose chases became the chases, whose cousins became the cousins, died in 2017. His name is not in the credits of a single episode.